Hi everyone and no one. For the past 3 weeks I've been experiencing kind of a one-track thing, just waking up to experience. For some reason, it was something that I thought would be good. In other words, I was drawn to do that because of this evolution of this understanding that has been devouring me in a good way. So, in that 3 weeks, it was extremely eye-opening and beautiful and cleansing, and also took me back to contemplate some times in my life I referred to as I referred to my life as being in a pinball machine. Bing, 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 caught up in this circumstance, that circumstance, and lost in that. But this time, this was I like it when I can see things in black and white, and I have the contrast of seeing it this way and that way, and this way and that way, so I can see the difference. Because we're so buried in conditioning. And I've mentioned before about how when we're out in the world, we've learned to believe so many things that are just handed to us, and we don't experience the answers. We just receive them from our surroundings. And that's good when you're thinking about building a structure, creating something mathematically, or there's a lot of things that are wonderful for someone to show you how to do it. So that's not what I'm saying here. This is more of an inner thing, because as I've mentioned before, we see so many things and then we don't think the unseen is important or relevant to life. Not so. This is not so. We come from the unseen. I mean, to me, it's really evident. And as much as scientists look for smaller and smaller evidence of things, they never get to the bottom of it because they never will. It's not something you can actually, find. And mathematically, they're at a dead end. And there's just more to life than words or our outer understanding can perceive, but we can try more through our experience than we can through things. So knowing that words only are made to describe things, you can't always share in words what the absolute of what you're trying to say about how you experience and feel, but we give it our best shot. And by listening to Rupert, who doesn't like to be referred to as a teacher, but if you did refer to him as a teacher, that would be what I'm talking about someone sharing something in an experiential way that's an inner thing. And he has a good way of putting words together, but I'm trying to find my own. And of course, I'm not where he is. His understanding is so much deeper, but I am opened up to understanding life as much as I'm open to do. And as I can tell, you open more and more as you let go of resistance of things. So it's definitely a forever, eternal journey, and that's wonderful. But I was saying, in the past 3 weeks, I've been waking up to experience, after the journey of what people call the neti, where you go through, I'm not this, and I'm not that, and I'm not this, and I'm not that. And you get as deep down behind things to a purity that has nothing in it but itself, which people refer to as awareness, consciousness, God, whatever. But you get inside to a point where that purity is so pure, because things are not there, that it feels good. Joyful, peaceful, whatever word fits for you. And then as we experience that, it's happiness, love. I mean, there's nothing to make it any other way. That's just our essence. So when we get down to that part, that purity, or can touch it, experience it, then when we go out into the world, experiencing, it is different than the way when I felt as a ping pong ball, because I didn't have the clarity. I was so attached to people, places, and things that I didn't have the clarity to feel or touch or see the one that is experiencing that awareness, of who that is. I was in a smaller space of identity, which I still am. A different one, but I still am, I see. But those are the things that, those caps, those boundaries, those restrictions have to come off in order for us to be able to not have them attach back, so to speak. So when you can touch that purity and know that that's there, and your conviction changes to knowing who you are in a different way, knowing an essence that you didn't know before. And when you can actually carry that carry that into the world and experience life through that, through those eyes differently, then you're not lost. You're standing in your essence, you're standing in your ground. That's the part I'm working on. Because the past 3 weeks, I have enjoyed so much. It wasn't like being in a pinball machine. But I could see identities coming at me and me fighting them off. But that's not what you want to do. You know, it's like, don't listen to me. I am a student and I'm just going through life's journey in the purest way I know how. And it meets me with many, many, many challenges, and it's all good. But anyway, I'm seeing things that I didn't see before, because before I lived in identities, and now I'm calling it right this minute fighting them off. But it's just that I see myself get back in a box and forget forget the experiencer. So I'm just experiencing. And it's really so much better, the reason being because I don't feel a victim to circumstance like I did before. And so I don't feel a victim. But I feel myself get lost in a particular identity and forget who's experiencing. And then when I come back to know, I'm okay. So it doesn't stay with me, but it fleets through there in a heavy way, and I get emotionally disturbed for a moment. And that's overwhelmed me at times, but these past 3 weeks, and as time goes on and I'm doing this more and more, it's that part's less and less. So that's a good thing. This is a good thing. And so I really have enjoyed, though, that main part. And I think I talked about this on the last video, that waking up to experience instead of the timeline, the past and future, and my attachment to identity and that sort of thing. So waking up to experience is a very grateful experience. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's an open experience when you wake up to just the purity of life and experiencing moment to moment. However, that doesn't mean you forget your job or you forget what you're doing and stuff like that. It just means that each thing that you do and each thing that you have right there, you're giving your all to it. So you're present in a deeper way and loving way, peaceful way. That's good. That's good. Before, I think a pretty good while back, I would be in the moment in a needy way. So I could feel a tug and a lack. Oh, and I do that's my big thing is the feeling of lack. So that is that has super challenged me, and I know I'm not the only one. So that's why I speak of these things, because as I go through this, I think it's good to go through it with a friend. I'm going through the universe and a YouTube, but hopefully by me doing that, you won't feel alone and like you're the only one trying to understand in a bigger way life, the essence of it. Whoa! I had to restart this video the next day. My video just went out because I had my computer full. So I have to kind of move these two together just to finish the topic and not have it end abruptly like that. So I'm back and just going to complete a little bit more of that 3-week adventure on waking up to experience. So reflecting on that as it is today. And of course, I'm talking from my limited self because I've got so much layers and layers of stuff that I'm aware is resisting or blocking me from actually seeing my true nature. But as long as this has been happening, I really do believe that it's seeping out. Because even when, I think I've talked about this in this video, about how waking up in experience and, well, it's true. I did forget the knower because I wake up in that purity and that essence. But I don't know that I really did forget the knower, because it's not like my mind came into it. And I did say that it felt different than before, because before I felt a victim of circumstance. So I have to say that the knowledge of our true nature is seeping through and helping me see the transparency of life and what truly really is, and not the illusion that we see on the outside. It's getting a little more and more transparent as the months and years and things go by. So keeping my attention there is very important to me, and sharing this in the universe is very important to me, because I think sharing is something that I'm drawn to do out of love, the overflow of love, and wanting that love to go out into the world and people to feel that. So it's like a contribution. Not really. I mean, it's just being. So, yeah. I really will just continue this effort. It's not an effort. Continue to keep my attention on the knowing, just the knowing of experience, the knowing of sounds, the knowing of thought. And that's where I need to venture into from having experienced the waking up to just the purity of experience. Now as I go through the day, I want to put my attention on the knower. And throughout the experience, it's not just the purity of the experience, but when I keep my attention on the knower of the experience, in every little detail, in every little thing that's in that experience, and just the knowing of it, I think that will break it down more so that the intimacy of true nature will become more transparent. So that is where I'm going to begin my day tomorrow and now, is putting or directing my attention to the knower of the experience, of the intricacies of the experience, or of the intimacy, the impersonal intimacy of the experience. So I'm really looking forward to that. I feel it. I feel that expansion or that openness. I feel that door opening as we speak. And it feels right. So I would like as I keep doing these videos, I would like to be able to put my words together so that you would probably understand more about what I'm talking about. But if you have any interest in what's happening here, then I would recommend that you watch Rupert Spira or whomever, or just, you can watch it and just ask questions to yourself, because that's the whole thing about this experiential path, or this in this way, this I can't think of the word, but the way this view, or this model, that's the word that Rupert uses that fits, this model of life in the universe is very intimately woven with our experience, and that's why it's appealed to me so much. And because that's everything to me. It always has. Experience is the teacher to me. And yes, when I've experienced things and not taking it deep enough, the experience has hurt me. But that's because I don't go far enough with it, and didn't know how to go far enough with it. And sometimes it takes a little sharing to get to that deeper part of something. Otherwise, you keep associating it with your surroundings and things, and not returning deep enough inside yourself, because your resistance of what has hurt you or what you didn't go deep enough with. And so there's so many unresolved things that you stop short of, that you have these pains and hurts and things that make you react in certain ways. And you know it's happening, and you just can't pinpoint it to where it is and how to find it. And so when someone has a lot of, I mentioned that in my video before about learning from objective things around you, and how we've learned how to escape going inward, because we've reached out to things. But I wanted to backtrack and say that doesn't mean things are not good. It just means that we've lost sight of the inner depth of where this outer all comes from. So when you do that, you're in trouble. So you don't want to do that, because then you're not feeling so good. And I know that from experience. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that I don't think the outer world is bad at all. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's an expression of that deeper part. So, yeah. So I'm glad I got that said. And so when people teach you things, it depends on what they're teaching you, if they're teaching you and how to fix a car, or how to fix something, or how to sew a shirt, or how to whatever, that's all good. And teach you about, there's so many things, history, or so many wonderful things that people can share with you and open up your world. But what I'm saying, though, is, so don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to have someone help you touch your inner self, or guide you inward, to give you some help with that. Because help isn't, it's easy for people, you see a lot of help around for outer objective things, but the inner part, you don't know where to turn. That's why I'm not, anyway, this is true. So you got to start somewhere. So just start with your heart and your head, and think if it's something that is reasonable in your head when you're looking for guidance in that way, and it's something that is good in your heart, and it's good both ways, in your head and your heart, where it sound, or logically, or reasoning wise, it seems like it's not making you resist. It feels like it's opening you, doing good things. And if it's heartfelt and it's not closing your heart or whatever, just go that way, whatever that is. And until you feel a resistance or something, and then you'll keep yourself open, and there'll just be a point when the search is over, when it comes to receiving from the world this guidance that you need to find things inside yourself. And you still might want to be around that, whatever it is, but you're more now having enough information so that you're able to guide yourself as well. So you'll know how to get deeper, and you'll know how to better understand so that you can verbalize better. Well, I'm working on that, but yeah. So I just wanted to hop on here and finish this segment. So I'm probably going to have some kind of thing connecting these different clothes, different days. Yesterday I did one part, and today I'm doing another because the other one just cut off because my computer was full of videos. So I had to, of course they're all backed up, so I just had to delete some off the computer, a lot, and move on. So I'm just going to stop for now and say, wow, that was nice visiting with a friend, the universe. So, later.